Здравствуйте, друзья, с вами Влад, это Элекс, мы продолжаем. У нас тут купольный город, и давайте-ка досмотрим его до конца. Ты просто поговорить хотелось? Фига себе предъявы.
There is something different about you. Do you usually spend time with people like us?
I was an alb myself once.
Yes. You stopped taking Elex. That is rare, which makes me question how you did it.
Да. Задаюсь вопросом и прекратила с нами общаться. Отлично.
Hey, you. Hey.
Yes, Frank. It's me, Jax.
I heard they shot you down. That you were dead. Apparently that was wrong. But if you're here, does that mean you're a separatist now? Will you stay here and support our cause? I'm sure you would be very welcome.
Я с ними.
I will give you my support.
Good. We have to stick together. People blame us for this war, even though we left Zakor to escape it. They will doubt us until the day peace begins. I mean, they don't even trust each other. Among all these warring people, all these different agendas, we, you and I, share a similar destiny. It's the only way anyone will survive.
I will survive. На продажу. Что-то продает, значит. Силовая волна, ну понятно. Инструкции. А у нас есть это? Нету, я не знаю. Давайте по одной штучке купим, чтобы было. Раз продают, значит, наверное, у нас такого нет. Совершить, конечно. Ты не уходи, не уходи. Ух ты, что у него на спине. Гранатомет какой-то крутой. Не кисло.
It seems like you're tolerated here in the city.
That is exactly what we are. Tolerated. We are still a long way from being accepted. This city is a place of freedom, but all the old suspicions remain. The outlaws claim they are being oppressed. The clerics say they are neutral, but they aren't. The berserkers, they don't seem to know what they're doing. Apart from avoiding
ну да, берсерки вообще все не любят своих законов.
We are trying to discover
их тогда
who we are.
Придумывать, если они никому нафиг не нужны.
That we are all here for a new start.
И никто не хочет их соблюдать. Так, помощь нужна?
Do you need help?
It is good that you offer to help us. The berserkers are already trying to get us thrown out of the city. We need the protection offered by this place. We won't survive without it. We've persuaded people here that we are worth a chance. But there will always be those who won't see it. And the Albs and Zakor want us dead. If we're to stay, we need someone to get to Caleb and York. They are key to our future.
About the threat of you being thrown out of the city. What is the problem with Caleb and York?
York is a berserker. He's accused us of spying for the Albs and Zakor. He claims he saw us handing over information about the shield generators. It's completely illogical. We are the ones with the most to lose if Zakor captures this city. But the free people are prisoners to emotion. It makes them doubt logic. They have already thrown one of our group out of the city. Now they are threatening the rest of us with the same fate. We are no friends of the Albs and Zakor. They would see us dead. We want this to be our home now. We need the free people.
Значит, надо их прибить. В чем проблема-то? Сейчас подойдем, разберемся. Я вам помогу.
I will help you.
Good. It is best if you go straight to York. Caleb is already attempting further arguments to ensure our... But it is York's statement that has put us in danger. If people believe we are working with the enemy, but if York confesses his lie, then Caleb would no longer have the proof he...
Хорошо. Право остаться. Пообщаемся. Так, прошу прощения, отвлекся. Поспать нам не надо. Двигаем дальше. Можно наверх. Давайте внизу сначала посмотрим. Хотя, по ходу дела, уже какие-то задворки города. Толком его и нету. Это на стену залезть. Пока нам не скажут, что сюда нельзя, будем идти. Хотя, в принципе, тупик. Тогда возвращаемся. Возьмем правее. Ты кто? Изгой. Суд везде, блин.
Hey, you're new here in the city, right?
Yes, I've just arrived.
I thought so. I saw you come through the gate, you see? Anyway, I want to ask you something, if that's alright. Have you been to Idan recently? To the Berserker's city of Goliad, to be exact. A good friend of mine is still there.
Who's your friend?
His name is Kral. He's a guard at the Mana Shrine. At least, he was when I left. He thought he still had a chance to save his brother, Grimar, from the Alb Converter. Do you know what happened to him?
Kral is dead.
No. Shit. Maybe if I'd stayed... You know, I was even planning how I could get to Goliad to see if I could get him out of there. I had this feeling something bad would happen to him. First his brother and then him. A curse on all of Idan. And thanks anyways.
Возможно, тут было бы продолжение квеста, если бы мы его не прибили. У него там брат, по-моему, превратился в мутанта, что-то он хотел ему помочь. Но он какой-то борзый был, на меня выпендривался, я его и застрелил.
Tell me about your life in Idan.
Me? I was a worker at the pit. You know, I extracted Elex from old machines so it could be transmuted into mana. I always wanted to join the Hooded Crows and learn the art of magic, but it wasn't to be. My parents forbade me from trying. My clan told me to stop trying. Not that any of that stopped me. And that's what got me banished. I stole mana from the shrine to try and learn magic myself. And I got myself caught. They sentenced me to exile in the Valley of the Damned, but I escaped. I'd seen the Dome City when I was sent on patrol, so when I left Idan, this was the place I thought of. And here I am.
О, нифига себе, у него можно магии научиться.
I would like to learn Berserker magic.
Well, it's pointless asking me. I didn't manage to learn anything useful before I was exiled. You would have to join the Berserkers. They won't teach their magic to outsiders.
Я присоединяться не хочу.
I don't know if I can recommend that in all good conscience. I left after all. You will have to decide who you want to join.
Неудачник, и магии не научился, и выгнали его.
I stopped listening whenever she opens her mouth.
I saw you.
You saw me what?
I saw how you came through into the dome. Who are you? Why were you allowed in?
Спрашивает что-то там.
That's none of your business.
Then it sounds like you got in here illegally. As much as the clerics claim they control the gates, they really don't seem to be able to stop people getting in. And by that, I don't just mean you.
Нам про него как раз говорили, он на сепаратистов
in the city.
Who are you?
Caleb. I lead the Berserkers who've chosen to settle here in Abessa.
Does that mean you're exiles?
Well, none of us are allowed to return to Idan now. Or we just end up being sent to the valley. As to why they came here, well, the first settlers were sent to Abessa to plant a world heart to expand the forest of Idan out here. But they were cut off from Idan by the Alps, left on their own to survive. And after a while, they decided to keep it that way. The warlords in Goliad weren't happy. But they're stretched too thin for another conflict, so here we are. And since they settled here, others have joined us. Some are escaped exiles, others just chose to leave Idan.
What do you have against the Separatists?
They are coming here, to our city. The only city with a real chance of peace among the factions. If it was up to me, then we would make sure these Albs went somewhere else. They might say we have the same goal, the same enemy, but I don't believe a word of what they say. Who says they aren't spies sent here to deactivate the dome? They can't be trusted.
You want to have all the separatists thrown out of the city?
Yeah. And you know what? I have already
Какая
started to make
сволочь,
it
а?
happen. I'll recruit anyone who'll help get this done. We have an eyewitness who claims to have seen the separatists exchanging information with the Albs.
Наши
Traitorous
секреты.
bastards.
Секреты клириков вообще-то.
What information do you think they've shared?
The Berserker Jorg saw Fenk meet with an Alb in front of the city. Why would they meet if it wasn't to exchange information about the dome? Sadly, Jorg is the only one who's seen Fenk. And now he started saying he isn't sure he really saw Fenk meet an Alb from Zakor. So I have to jog Jorg's memory, or make sure he stops denying what he said. There has to be a way to do that.
You don't think that Jorg could have been wrong in the first place?
No, never. You can't trust these separatists. They'll betray us sooner or later for sure.
Не знаю, может сразу
I'm
его
telling you,
пристрелить,
this is
чтоб
just
не
the
мучился.
beginning.
Сколько там, 50 монет?
You aren't the first to
С
tell me
меня
that.
попросит за его убийство. Мне как бы не жалко ради такого-то. Тут вроде бы торговец какой-нибудь должен быть. Стойка-то
You
есть.
know you shouldn't be here, right?
I've had enough.
Вот из-за таких потом все проблемы и начинаются. Мутит воду, почем зря. А кому-то потом драться, кому-то потом умирать. Куда ты прыгаешь-то, блин? Что у нас здесь? Да вообще ничего. Кто-то сообщил о совершенном вами преступлении. Какая сволочь. Посмотрел бы я на него. Чё в лицо мне не сказать? О, а это, видимо, ко мне идут.
Hey, you're wanted here. Report to Alois immediately.
Изгой, это не она случайно сказала? И ее, что ли, пристрелить? Ладно, пускай живет.
If you're here for the food rations, then I'll tell you what I told the other 100 people. Someone must have been making a joke. I don't have anything to sell or give out, so you can just turn around and leave.
I'm not here about the food rations.
You're not? Ah, is that so? Well, then I'm sorry. I have been the butt of a joke that has left me rather angry, and I thought... Well, I'm sorry. It's just... I'm just so sick of it. The belligerent... Everything was simpler when I was a cultivator in Goliath. We had laws and everyone obeyed. Why can't people just all work together?
Fenk sent me.
Did he? Well, I don't have anything to say to those Albs. This whole thing between Caleb and Fenk is starting to get on my nerves. I shouldn't have said anything, okay? But what's done is done, and that's that.
Caleb is dead.
Really? That is... He was a good man.
Сомневаюсь, что
I
он
didn't
был
agree with
хорошим.
him in the end, but... Oh, damn, I'm just glad that everything took care of itself. Caleb was the reason why I told the clerics what I thought I'd seen. But when I had doubts,
Хороший
he
человек,
threatened
который
me.
стал угрожать.
I will tell the
Нормально.
clerics that I didn't see what I told them. I speak on behalf of the Albs.
Вот и все.
If you feel that way, why don't you go back to Goliath?
No. Those days are gone. I left willingly to establish a world heart here in Abessa. But when it became clear that the seedling wouldn't grow, Caleb decided that we would remain here. And whatever Caleb says is best. But now, no, I can't go back. We went against orders from Goliath. If I go back now, they'll just stick me in a cage, no
Правильно
questions
сделают.
asked.
Tell me your version of the story.
My version? I'm stuck between the two of them. I told Caleb in confidence that I saw Fenk meet an Alb outside the city. Could have been a separatist, but I wasn't sure. I didn't see any more than that, but Caleb decided to tell the clerics. He convinced me that the Alb Fenk met must have been from Zakor. But I have no real idea who he was, or what faction he's with.
Прибить его, что ли, за компанию?
Hello?
Инструкция по изготовлению запаса энергии. По-моему, у нас такое и так было. Сундук. Давайте глянем.
Too easy.
Отмычка, пачка сигарет. Ладно, фигня.
What do you want?
Пускай живет. Маленький, тупой. Не будем ему жизнь портить. Хотя не факт, что мы там еще клирикам скажем. Может, наговорим, что Йорк такой вообще виноватый со всех сторон. Изгой, отступник. Вроде бы все здесь обошли. Единственное, нам надо было еще с каким-то берсерком пообщаться, который наезжает и шантажирует там пацана какого-то. Я, насколько помню, тут был бар. А это, по-моему, кстати, бары есть. Давайте зайдем. Изгой, Брабан.
You can forget it, Brabak. I serve everyone here.
Save yourself some work and some pain by doing what I say. Let those assholes drink piss from the gutters, and you keep your supplies for the real people. Hey, come over here. Let's get a drink together.
Forget it.
You listen. You are getting a drink with me, and you're getting one now. Seriously. No one refuses that offer.
Ох, берсерки. Хотел я в этом прохождении вообще с ними не ссориться и как-то попытаться понять вообще, в чем их хорошесть, в чем они такие хорошие вообще в целом. У них есть какая-то своя правда, но что-то они со всех сторон показывают, какие они подонки и сволочи.
You're an asshole.
What the? I was being hospitable there. Now you're opening your mouth and inviting someone to shut it. And I am so close to plugging it for you. But because you're new, if you get the next round, we'll stay good friends. So, what'll it be? Are you gonna take it in the teeth or feed it to the liver?
Show me what you've got.
A fighter. Let's have you then, fighter.
I have to go.
Самое прикольное, что у нас по заданию надо с ним подраться. С другой стороны, мы сейчас на него нарвались. И вот эти два момента, они не пересекаются между собой. Надо один раз его победить, сейчас он встанет, и потом еще раз с ним поговорить, второй раз его победить. Какой-то он... Ну не то, что он, это уже разработчики накосячили.
What the fuck? You cheating bastard! Did you drug me? What the fuck did you do to me?
I beat you, asshole.
Yeah, keep pushing your luck. Someone will shut that big mouth permanently one day.
Why aren't you in Edan with the other berserkers?
Fuck the berserkers. I don't have anything more in common with them. They would have exiled me to the valley sooner or later. So I beat him to the punch.
Ну, судя по доспехам, послужился там до определенного ранга.
You can have it much easier here.
Your reputation precedes you.
Let's just say that crap-stained skin flap of a man was shooting his mouth out about me. He didn't have anything better to say about you. It's about time someone pays him a visit. Now, you're the one to do it. That lying shit is telling people I killed a family out in the Badlands. Total fucking bullshit. I killed 5 families out in the Badlands. Parading around out there. Hardly those dipshits got themselves killed. And now Riley spread it all around the dome. He's even got some of the guards believing his yabber. But if someone else were to shut him up, take care of him.
Да не спасибо.
Make it worth your
Такую
while.
сволочь защищать.
You need to learn respect for others.
You think that because you beat me once, that I'm afraid of you? You are so wrong. So piss off, or I'll give you your head on a plate.
Он не учится на своих ошибках.
You can try.
I'm gonna give your whore of a mother a reason to cry. Come here.
А рядом клирики, охранники ходят, и им что-то как-то плевать вообще на все. Охрана называется. Держит нейтралитет и все такое.
All right. You've made your point, so leave me alone.
It'll take more than words to get me to leave.
You stole from me. You already have everything I owned.
Чё я у тебя
So
забрал?
take what you have and get out of here.
From now on, keep your hands off the outlaws.
And if I don't?
Then you'd better find a bodyguard before I come back for you.
All right, fuck it. You get your wish.
Smart decision.
Ну вот и поговорили. Нормально. Давайте тому парнишке скажем, что все ништяк, все хорошо. Где-то он здесь как раз тусовался, насколько я помню. Если он, конечно, не ушел. Ну прыгай ты, блин.
About Brabak. You needn't worry about Brabak. He'll
Вот и
leave
все.
you alone.
Leave me alone? He won't do that while he still draws breath.
Don't worry. I made things clear to him. He won't be back.
Well, okay. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Here, this is for you.
Выбрали сторону в конфликте. А тут конфликт между изгоями и берсерками. Что значит сторона? Я всегда думал, что конфликт между клириками и теми, кто хочет переворот совершить. А тут каким боком, вообще не ясно. Конфликт между сепаратистами и берсерками. Конфликт между берсерками и изгоями. Конфликт между непонятно кем и клириками. Что-то как-то тут конфликтов чересчур, по-моему. Самое смешное, что во всех этих конфликтах толку не особо много. Давайте посмотрим. Так, сомнительная сделка. Требуется оружие, поддержать ли их или клирикам. Изгоем. Короче, изгои против клириков. И нам куда? Куда-то внутрь. Мы как раз сюда еще пока не заходили.
Let me guess. I'm not allowed into the upper quarter?
What? No, everyone's allowed to move about freely here. I just have a question for you. You got here recently, right? I just want to know what things are like outside the dome. What's going on
Все
up
как
there?
обычно.
Are the Albs attacking?
Убивают, кидают.
There is war going on. You must have heard about it.
Heard, yes.
Нормальная капиталистическая
But we're
жизнь.
cut off from it. They can't get into the dome, so they pass us by like a river around a rock. Kalan gave us the knowledge, and now look what we've achieved. A safe harbor for all people. The clerics and...
Короче, куча воды мне говорит.
What are you doing outside Ignadon?
Kalan teaches that every pure spirit will find salvation in... So, when the Great Council chose us to serve here as guardians, now we stay to show that a cleric's oath is strong. So, here we stay, to help the lost free themselves from chems, from Elex, from the Albs. Everyone is welcome in the domed city. My name is Eric, by the way. Chief engineer here in the dome. I'm in charge of all the generators and technicians who oversee them.
Все сделал, за все отвечает. Молодец какой, а? А броник себе не заработал.
Can this dome survive an Alb attack?
Of course. Why do you think we built it? As long as we can maintain a constant energy flow, then they can't get in. Some of the energy regulators are starting to malfunction again.
I can repair the energy regulators for you.
Thanks for the offer, but that's not necessary. I've already repaired the components. They just haven't all been installed yet.
Why don't the clerics have a dome like this in Igniton?
The dome requires immense amounts of energy.
Ну там рядом вулкан, можно было брать энергию из вулкана.
The technology is complex. That means there's no way to cover the Hort with a shield like this. Besides, the cliffs around Hort give it a natural protection.
About the broken energy. What will happen if they aren't repaired?
If just one regulator fails, it could mean an emergency shutdown for the dome. Otherwise, the discharge it would create could kill a whole lot of the people the shield is supposed to be protecting. But whether it's a discharge or an emergency shutdown...
How many energy regulators are broken?
Well, all of them. I've sort of
И он
replacements
это
where I
рассказывает
can.
первому
But
встречному.
Lutz hasn't received his yet.
Да, с таким в разведку бы я не пошел.
I will help you with the energy regulators.
I wanted to do it myself, but do you really think you could handle it? So, let's find out who you are. You should go to Igniton one day. You could be a good cleric. Yeah, I know, I left it. I have the energy regulator here. Please, take it to Lutz and help him to install it. Come back to me when you're done.
Хорошо.
Am
А
I
здесь у нас
crazy,
что?
or is our
Клирик.
generator
Я
power
насколько помню, тут
fluctuating?
какая-то девушка-механик должна быть.
What is it you want?
Who are you?
You first. Come on. Who are you? There is something that is
Костюмчик у неё
familiar
такой
about you, but I
эротичный.
can't quite place it. No matter, I suppose. All people are welcome in Abessa, as long as they are prepared to forget their past. Even Albs are allowed in here. I think Albs would be perfect people if they weren't so emotionless. But then, that is why they are the only faction I have never belonged to.
Она хочет к Альбам. Нормально.
What do you mean? You mean you want to become now?
That's a long story. If you're really interested in my tale, then I will tell...
Ну, рассказывай, что.
Tell me your story. How did you end up joining the clerics?
Right, I'll give you the full version. Well, the
Just get on with it.
Okay, I'll try to keep it short. So, I grew up in Goliath in Idan. My father and mother were both born berserkers, and so that meant I was too. Back then, Bajar ruled over Goliath. As a child, I had no interest in the laws, of course. But when I was about 12 years old, one of the warlords came to our home. He took my parents, and I was left on my own to survive in the city. I remember him. I remember my parents leaving. And I remember me screaming. But everything else is gone. It's just a blur.
What happened to your parents?
Well, what else? They were exiled. Nobody ever told me why they were exiled. I still don't know what they did, even today. I hate the Berserker laws. Nothing against the Berserkers. They're just people. It's the laws I hate. I think what the Berserkers want to do with Magalan is right. But I can never forgive them for what they did to my parents. Why was I punished for whatever my parents did? Why wasn't I told? I swore never to return. And I haven't set foot in Idan again.
Мечик у нее крутой. Такой не кислый.
Where did you go?
Wherever I needed to survive. That meant running from reavers and wild animals. It didn't take long for some reavers to take me captive. And then... I don't want to talk about that. I was lucky, though. After several years, the reavers were attacked by some of the Duke's outlaws. And they took me back to Tavern. I learned how to fight, how to live off scrap. Life wasn't much different from Idan. But there wasn't the same raptor shit. The laws. You could be who you were, and no one judged you.
Главное, чтобы был профит.
And why didn't you remain with the outlaws?
Because the reavers who'd taken me captive came to the fort and wanted to speak to the Duke. I think they wanted to take me back. I fled when they saw me. I didn't want to be taken back, or for them to kill me to hide their crime. When I left the fort, I ran into a cleric patrol. They convinced me to go to the Hort with them. Not that I really needed that much convincing. All those hours taking scrap apart and putting it back together in Tavar really paid off there. The clerics recognized that I was good with technology. So, I've been working on mechs and AI systems since then. Building things, trusted, part of a team. And it's easier being with mechs. They don't judge anyone. They treat everyone the same. Like this place. I know it's not perfect, but outlaws, berserkers, clerics, even elves are seen as people. At least that's the vision. Not always the way it happens. That's another reason to maintain these mechs. To protect what we have here. Well, I hope you find your place in the world. It's good when you do.
Хорошо.
What are you doing here in Abessa?
I take care of the mechs and drones here in the city, which means I coordinate and plan their maintenance and upgrades. When I'm lucky, I get to roll up my sleeves and do some of the actual maintenance, which I'm having to do quite a lot with all the technicians we're missing. Say, are you good with technology?
Oh, есть Децл.
I know enough to work on mechs.
You do? Maybe we could take you on in a permanent position here in the city.
Спасибо.
Do you think they would employ me?
That's true. Alois has security concerns about taking anyone who's not been in the city long enough. So, yeah, maybe I should look for someone else. On the other hand, if you're looking for some part-time work, I could still use your help. I have 4 people I've been told I should look at for taking the technician's job, but I don't have time to gauge their abilities. Would that be something you could do for me? I'd pay you.
Хорошо.
Yeah, I'll talk to your candidates.
Great. The 4 names I have are Daryl, Naira, Rorik, and Riley. Though I'm really not sure about Riley. There's something about him I don't trust. But speak to each of them and let me know whether you think they might have the right skills and abilities for the job. Oh, and I'll need you to let me know about their loyalties. You know, can they work with clerics? Do they hate us? We'd be trusting them with the mechs and AI that defend the Dome City. So I don't want to employ anyone who might still be thinking about their faction, not our security.
Ну, вообще, изначально глупо доверять непонятно кому. Работу с вот этими вот искусственными интеллектами. Сюда надо брать исключительно клириков. Ну, с их стороны. Раз они сами клирики. Двигаем дальше. Внушитель, ну его нафиг. А то сейчас как внушит нам что-нибудь. Не хотелось бы.
I'm sorry. Unless this is official business, you should move on.
Of assault.
Ну, есть
You must pay the fines that go with your crimes or live with the consequences.
Да заплачу 40 осколков, да не вопрос.
I will pay my fine.
Thank you for paying me so quickly. I consider your fines as paid in full.
Халява. Можно хоть весь город перебить. Там максимум пару тысяч будет.
Yes. Is there something urgent? I have a lot to do, as you can imagine. This city does not run itself. So, please excuse me if I'm short with you. This city is made up of a whole mass of confusion. Everyone looking for a new start. No one able to...
You're in charge here?
Well, let's say that I'm the person holding all these threads together. There's no ruler here. Everyone here wants something. Whatever you're searching for, it will only add to the list of demands we already face. And providing for the people we already have is a logistical... That means to accommodate everyone we're on strict rations, and those rations have to be...
How long have you been in charge of the Dome City?
Вроде сюда какой-то
I've been
квест
in
нас
office
ввел.
for 8 years now. Then it hasn't been easy. Maintaining a neutral position to the factions while fighting the elves. By Kalan, there really are more pleasant posts they could have appointed me to.
What if someone wanted to replace you?
Some have tried. Yet I am still here. This city was created by the Great Council of Magalan. They made the clerics custodians. The Great Council may be long gone, but what they stood for, a unity of purpose, a future for all of Magalan. So, it is our job to remain neutral. It is our job to serve all, no matter their back, however hard our residents make it for us.
Listen, the council is gone. Why care about what they said?
You don't think that was a better time? Laws for prisoner exchange that assured borders, set rules for trade? Even if you don't care about the blood spilled since the council's rule, the clerics swore to a code, and that includes, and an oath was sworn to the council by my forefathers.
Но эти варианты тогда выбирать я не буду. Это, скорее всего, если за клириков идти, то брать у него задания и выполнять, соответственно, на клириков. Блин, вот показывают нам сюда. Изгоям из Купольного города требуется оружие. Поддержать их или клириков. И как? Показывают исключительно только на него. Но это, скорее всего, сдать их нафиг. Давайте сохранимся и пощелкаем, что там у него есть. А если я не хочу сдавать, то как я это оружие... Я вроде, кстати, доставил уже оружие.
How are things here in the Dome City?
Tense. The battle's out there. Tensions run high if the outlaws attack the clerics, or the clerics attack... And there's always the fear of an alb invasion. Those tensions drive greed. There is war out there, and here your shards will be stolen from your hand if you...
Isn't that typical behavior for people?
For those without faith, those without rules or purpose, people lack perfection. That is reserved for our God. Only when we emulate him do we stand a chance of understanding what true harmony looks like. But I digress. Maybe it would help you if I tell you how things are. The Berserkers have lived more and more reclusively ever since the Pilgrim went into his retreat. The outlaws are more organized now the Duke has taken power, and the Alb separatists seek shelter with us to escape the powers in Zakor. All told, very dark signs that we face another global catastrophe. And here we are, in the middle.
Are you having a lot of trouble here in the city?
Keeping the factions together is always an issue. The outlaws are always up to something, but things have gotten worse, and to cap it all, we've had a sharp rise in thefts. I believe an organized group has started operating here. Not the usual outlaws. This group seems to be outside the factions. From the little I've heard, they're more like a... I've offered a large bounty for any information that leads to their capture. And capture would be best. I want to find out who their connections are. If you can find out more about...
Ну, помогать мы ему не будем. Тогда этот квест, видимо, на потом. Странно в Элексе квесты сделаны. Очень странно. У клириков перебои со связью. Он попросил выяснить, как планирует, и рассказать о планах. Выяснить у Луца, видимо. И потом рассказать Дарреллу. Давайте выясним, расскажем. Луц, насколько я помню, находится на стене. Так что сейчас залезем. Пообщаемся. О, нифига, там кто-то ходит. По крыше. Или он... Там самоубийца на крыше.
Hey, you.
Hi.
I heard you speaking to Eric. He gave you an energy regulator for the dome, right? Give it to me, will you? Very soon now, you're going to need the right sort of friend, and giving that to me will earn you that.
Why do you want the regulator?
Haven't you noticed the tension here? All the anger and the plotting? It scares the hell out of me. So I want a way out of here if things go wrong. A sort of backdoor. I want to modify the regulator so I can drop a section of the dome and get out if things go bad. Let me modify it. Then I'll give it back to you so you can get it to where it needs to be. You've got to see why I'd want a way out.
В прошлый раз я его послал нафиг. Давайте попробуем ему дать. Посмотрим, к чему это приведет.
What's in it for me if I help you?
Profit is profit. I respect that attitude. What do you think about 100 shards?
500 and we have a deal.
500? Are you serious?
Pay up or you don't get the regulator.
All right. Here, take this. Now,
зря, что ли,
hand over the
харизма
regulator.
прокачана.
Let's try.
Okay.
Так, а обратно мне его дадут? Он же хотел подкрутить и все. Или он уже подкрутил и дал мне подкрученный. Ладно, бросим его. Давайте отправляться туда, куда шли. Чувак, не прыгай. Я вижу, он хочет спрыгнуть. Но не надо, не делай этого. Хотя тут мягко, но вдруг он промахнется.
We have nothing to talk about.
Ладно, оставим его. А вон по стене ходит. А, это, скорее всего, стражник. Тот, который нам нужен, стоит на месте. Давайте посмотрим, где тут можно подняться. Скорее всего, вот здесь. Тут через каждые 20 метров такие лестницы. Удобно сделано.
Keep your hands off my machines. Any accidents are gonna be dangerous for me, you, and the whole city. The energy regulators are screwed. The surge gauge is failing and I can't see why. And now the shield profiler is returning a really strange set of values. Altogether, that makes for one dangerous set of problems that could fry both of us if the wrong bit of kit gets jolted. And I'm the one who has to fix all this. Shit, I can't even sort out the replacement parts until I have this stabilized.
I heard you are having trouble establishing communications with the Horde in Igniton.
That is just... Wait. How do you know that? That's confidential.
I just overheard someone talking about it.
So the word is out? That is a worry, a real worry. Well, we can't waste any more time. We need to fix that comms relay station before anyone tries to take advantage of our problems. Since you're in the know, can you help me?
Почем?
We might be able to come to an agreement.
An agreement? Okay, sure, an agreement. As long as you help. If you don't help us, we could lose everything we have here.
Но это не мои
and if things fall apart out there, you can be certain that it will get bloody for everyone.
What's so important about fixing your communications right now?
We're awaiting the delivery of some combat mechs. But they haven't arrived, and we've no way to check why without communications being re-established. That's why we've got to get the link back up now, so we can find out what's going on.
What do you need combat mechs for?
I don't know. I guess they're worried about security.
Как они легко все рассказывают первому встречному. Мне прям нравится.
Food and tech spares into the dome to keep things going. And that's before the Alps. Zakor might have left us alone recently, but who knows how long that'll last. But it's not just about mechs. It's about food and news and everything else. We need a link with the Horde to keep... We need to get this fixed as soon as possible. And please, please, keep this problem confidential. Otherwise, we are very likely to face even greater challenges. Here are the coordinates of the relay station that's gone down. It's over to the northeast of the city. Head that way and keep looking out for an antenna on the horizon. But I have no idea what the issue is there. You might be able to fix it at the bottom, but there's a chance you might have to climb the antenna mast. There will be a device somewhere on site that you can use to recalibrate the antenna. I hope that'll be enough to fix the problem.
А где оплата?
Eric sent me.
Thank Kalan. Do you have the energy regulator?
Yes.
Here. Вон у нас есть
ништяк.
Повезло.
That looks great. Thanks. Thanks for getting that. I'll install it immediately. You better get back to Eric. You can tell him I'm putting it in right now.
Блин, он сейчас запустит, и тут все взорвется к чертям собачьим. Вот это будет не весело. Фиг его знает, что там тот подкрутил. Консоль. Давайте сбегаем к консоли. Ух, мы переместились как козырно, а? Вот туда куда-то наверх нам, по ходу дела, и надо. Там до этого Альбы тусовались. Это мы как раз читали то, что я не понял письмо. С одной стороны, по письму понятно было то, что это пишет Альб, а с другой стороны было понятно, что это вообще пишет один из клириков, который хочет починить вот эту мачту. Передатчик. Ух! С виду как будто сюда ракета попала. Хотя в этом мире вроде бы только комета упала и все. Войны-то вроде бы не было. Но тут фиг разберешься. И как нам туда попасть? Ага. Культурно по лесенке. Странно, что внутри ползет. Обычно, ну тут лестница внутри. Обычно делают снаружи, чтоб веселее было. А изнутри ползешь, и вид красивый. Блин, высоко. Не было бы у нас ранца, я бы не полез. Так. Нам еще сказали, ты на месте найдешь запчасти для починки. А тут только взрывчатые болты. Он еще так медленно ползает. Офигеть. Ребенок быстрее лазит. Вот это высота. Протеиновый батончик. Это хорошо. И энергетик. Сколько им лет, интересно? Консоль. Хорошо. 10 элексита. Вот из-за 10 сумку делать. Сумка, по-моему, дороже стоит, чем эти 10 элексита. Ну и, по-моему, все. О, кольцо силы. Нифига себе, я его нечаянно заметил. Сила плюс 5 и все. Да что-то как-то несерьезно.
Okay, that should be child's play. It seems to have worked.
Выбрали сторону. Как бы у нас так не получилось, что мы и не против одних, и против других. И не туда, и не сюда. Будет обидно. Кстати, Каня тут нас ждет. Давайте с ней пообщаемся.
So you are. And are you planning on telling me where you've set up camp or what comes next? Or do I have to wait for that too?
Okay, I'll tell you what's happened so far.
You've done a lot, but you still have got a lot of work ahead of you. Or we have.
And we're not going to get where we need to without a jetpack.
Don't worry, I know how to use one of those. I'll keep up with you. Now can we talk about my problem?
Так, иди за мной. А после этого возвращайся в исток. Ее квест чуть попозже сделаем. Разберемся здесь. Хотя, в принципе, ее квест надо делать постоянно, потому что там через некоторое время она же... Опа, халява. Можно взять. Давайте сейчас сбегаем, кстати.
I can feel the presence of Elex.
Потому что она не говорит, куда конкретно надо ломиться. Точнее, говорит, но с большими перерывами.
I'm talking about unrefined Elex, when it's raw, latent. I can learn more from it when it hasn't been altered. I want to explore Magalan and look for some large deposits of unrefined Elex.
Хорошо.
Deposits? I thought Elex arrived with the comet.
You're right. Part of its power is that it isn't from here. I want to discover how it is spread across Magalan. But when it is processed by the Alps, the Elex changes. It becomes polarized. The transmuted form that the Berserkers get from their mana shrine changes it in similar ways. That keeps some of its power, but it's the Elex that came with the comet that I want to learn more about. To understand those secrets, I need it untouched, pure Elex.
How do you want to find these large Elex deposits?
When the comet impact spread Elex across Magalan, it found its way everywhere. Into the seas, the rock, the air we breathe. But it is collected and concentrated in some places. I have felt the vibrations, the presence of these deposits. I want to track them down and examine them.
Where can you find this unrefined Elex?
The first deposit I'd like to investigate is north of the city of Abessa. I can show you.
Что ж, показывай.
If it's so close, why hasn't anyone else found it?
I don't know. Maybe because nobody can feel Elex like I can.
Your senses are better than Alb technology.
Come with me and find out.
All right, show me the way.
It's not far from the city. Follow me.
Вроде бы мы тут по краям уже все почистили. А, мы даже на этом месте в принципе были. Я как раз об этом говорил, то что хорошо бы там не собирать Элекс, а я его взял все равно и собрал.
There is a vast amount of Elex flowing into the sea. It washes out of the cliffs and the ground, and it flows out across the planet. Elex is everywhere.
But you still think we need to find concentrations of it?
Yes, from the moment the comet struck, Elex has been seeping into everything on Magaland. That makes the background noise from it hard to read. If I'm to learn more, we must follow those mutants to find where the Elex is coming from. We know where we have to go. I'll follow you this time. I'm better at sensing Elex than any person I know.
Ну да, вон они
there
подходят.
are mutants with the same ability. We should be careful in case the Elex deposit has attracted them.
Look out!
Последнюю секунду попала. Там вроде еще кто-то ходил, но пропал. Ага, вот. Спасибо, спасибо, благодарю. Да, мы здесь были, все собрали. Вот только мутантов тут этих не было.
And so what do we do now?
I must meditate. Wait over there. I need space away from you.
Я вот изначально думал, то, что пока она будет тут медитировать и все такое, нас сюда. Поставили для того, чтобы ее охранять. Соответственно, пока она медитирует и пытается общаться с Элексом, в этот момент должны нападать волны мутантов. А мы такие от них отбиваемся. Но по факту ничего тут не происходит. Надо просто стоять и смотреть на нее. Ну давай, давай, там медитируй.
That was what I was afraid of.
That doesn't sound good.
It's something I've suspected. It's why I came. It's the reason you're going to think I'm crazy. I could feel the Elex was communicating with me. Like it has a purpose. That it wants something from me, from the people on this planet.
Единственное, я ей всегда ману давал. А давайте-ка теперь ману не будем ей давать. Посмотрим, к чему это приведет.
But it's a mineral. How can it want something? How can it speak to you?
That's one of the reasons I had to leave Goliad. It was like the Elex was screaming to me. I thought it was because of the mana they were giving me, but now I know it's something different.
So, you want to continue?
You said you would help me. That was our deal. Are you still up for this? Now you know how crazy my idea is?
Let's assume I believe you. What exactly do you think you heard?
I'm not sure. It wasn't words. More a sense of desire, of purpose. But it was fleeting, hard to catch. I think I need to find a bigger deposit of Elex. That might help me hear it more clearly.
Okay. What happens now?
We go Elex hunting. But first I need to return... home. I have to go to Edan, to one of our world hearts. The one south of the observatory, in the middle of Edan. Now I've heard it, sensed it here, I want to know if this is what I heard when I was close to large amounts of mana in Edan.
You said you felt something back then. Why would it be different now?
Because I need to be sure. I need to know I wasn't going crazy. Can't you see how important this could be? What this would mean for everyone?
You go. I'll meet you there when I can.
Right. See you in Adan.
Ну ладно. И ушла. А задание-то у нас осталось? Где там у нас спутники, новые находки? У Кая есть какая-то связь? Показывают, куда надо идти? Да, показывают, все ништяк. Куда-то вот сюда. Ну давайте-ка тогда слетаем туда в следующей серии. А на этом сейчас пока прервемся. Спасибо, что смотрели. Подписывайтесь в Твиттере и ВКонтакте. До встречи. Увидимся.